Close Protection Part 1. The aim and learning outcome. To understand the basics of close protection officers. On completion of this short module, the listeners will be able to learn the definition of close protection, the start of close protection and the reasons, who is the principal, close protection officers and their skills, threat assessments and risk analysis. Finally, the three key roles of CPOs. Close protection definition. The carrying out of necessary activities by a team of trained individuals to ensure the safety, comfort, and peace of mind of a principal. Close protection team. A group of well-trained CPOs that operate in a synergetic manner, fulfilling all the tasks necessary to ensure the safety, comfort, and peace of mind of principal or principals. Who is a principal? The individual receiving close protection services. The start of close protection. Close protection is as old as mankind and welfare in the Bible. A clear example of this is to the reference of King Solomon's bodyguards protecting him while he sleeps. They all hold swords, being expert in war. Every man has his own sword upon his thigh because of fear in the night. Songs of Solomon, verse 7 to 8, chapter 3. Many key principles of close protection can be traced back to the ancient text known as The Art of War, which was written over 2,000 years ago by a Chinese military strategist, Sun Tzu. Key reasons for close protection services. 1. Kidnap and arson. 2. Terrorist activities and criminal violence. 3. Increased level of violence, crimes, perceived or otherwise, and the associated feelings of insecurity and safety. 4. The paparazzi and media phenomenon. This aspect is primarily applicable to celebrities or his profile person. Government outsourcing. This is an international trend which sees close protection tasks that were originally considered the sole preserve the responsibility state agencies, police, military, intelligence, and other government organizations and institutions being outsourced to private companies. Operational skills. Those skills that a close protection officer must possess in order to provide effective close protection to a designated principal should have a physical strength, and mature skills, which obviously should be used as an alternative of lethal weapons and armed combat. Need to have well trained in all aspects of planning and avoidance. Proactively identify and avoid threats. Should be trained on operating in a low-profile manner to avoid unnecessary attention. Threat assessment. This is a procedure undertaken to identify, categorize, validate, and plan for any threat that the principal may be exposed to. Risk analysis. This is an aspect of process of assessing the likelihood of threats occurring based on aspects such as an environment, the principal, and his or her scheduled movements. Close protection operative. either an individual or member of a close protection team that facilitates close protection. A group of well-trained CPOs that operate in synergetic manner, fulfilling all the tasks necessary to ensure the safety, comfort, peace of mind of principal or principals. The three key roles of CPOs. 1. Ensuring the principal's safety. When referring to safety, we are not only referring to the safety from physical attack, but also the health of the principal, the safety of his family, and the security of his possession and business interests. 2. Ensuring the principal's peace of mind. This refers to the protection of the principal's integrity, public standing, and associated aspects. The CPO is a representative of his or her principal, and any action of the CPO could have a negative repercussions for the principal. This could have serious implications in the media reports these actions in a negative light. A principal has to know and trust that his or her CPO has a principal's best interest in mind all the time. 3. Ensuring the principal's comfort. Even though this is mostly divinely not the primarily function of a CPO, however, if a principal is not exposed at a higher risk area, then CPO should try to make sure the principal is physically comfortable. If the principal appears to be safe, then the majority of CPO's duty will be focused on ensuring the physical comfort of the principal. As an example of clarity, this point, certain specialists feel a CPO should never carry shopping bags for the principal. But if it is a low-level client with very little risk, and he or she would struggle to walk because of being overloaded with parcels, it would be most improper for the CPO not to assist. But if an attack takes place, then CPO should be ready to drop the bags and engage the threat. Conclusion. Those of us offering security and safety in our place of worship, remember, we have an additional godly layer, biblical specifics. Even as we deal with the crowd, keep in mind the 7 verbal judo techniques. Thank you for listening. Let's meet in part 2.